Worlds apart. Hello, One Piece enthusiasts. I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about One Piece chapter 1138. And this is not what we expected. We got hints of the Cerberus fruit, and we know that there was going to be information about the Void Century. I'm very lucky I didn't get on the spoilers, but there are a lot of things to theorize, a lot of things to talk about, more than you guys ever thought. Before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get down to business. Let's start off the chapter. Official confirmation by Shamrock himself. He is in fact Shanks' twin brother. And the most interesting thing in all of this is that Shanks apparently did go up to the Holy Land once after he was left behind on God Valley, but he realized that his love for the quote-unquote trash realm or lower realm was too much. Well, it's evident by his love for the pirates, the allies he has, and of course the world he tries to protect. Now, of course, given the situation, I think back in Marineford, the reason why Sengoku did listen to Shanks was because, he did make it up there. Roger and really told him about his birth and where he actually came from, and he actually did go back up there, maybe to give it a chance, maybe to see if he could find a solution to the worlds of the Holy Land and the Blue Sea coming together. But that, of course, did not take place. And there's another thing that destroys a very big theory within the community in regards to Blackbeard. Now the connection, as though would seem very close, it's worlds apart. No, that's not the reference of the chapter. What I mean by that is, the Cerberus fruit is now under the command of Shamrock. Shamrock's sword has the Cerberus fruit, and remember, one of the first devil fruits we talked about, or when I mean we, I mean the community talked about, was the fact that Blackbeard would have the Cerberus fruit. Him having 3 hearts, 3 fruits, and 3 faces would make perfect sense. Now that's out of the window. That's completely out of the window with Shamrock's sword having the fruit. Now, of course, you guys could argue Blackbeard stole Whitebeard's fruit. What's the difference if he takes it from Shamrock himself? And that's where the connection is. We already know the rivalry between Shanks and Blackbeard, and it's pretty head on. And to think that maybe one day, maybe very, very, very soon, Blackbeard and Shamrock has a fight, and maybe Blackbeard steals the Cerberus fruit, that would make a lot of sense. But that's too far-fetched, maybe, perhaps. And before we move on to the cream and crops of the chapter, it's a little bit thing to touch up on. The Holy Knights are getting another ally. They're getting reinforcements, and they are going to attack Elbaf at its core. I think the reason why they did come to Loki was to bring him to their side and attack Elbaf. I think that was their goal, to overthrow Loki and take Elbaf. But one thing they forgot was that even though, or didn't know, even we as fans don't know, is that Loki fought King Harold not because he hated Elbaf, but because he hated King Harold's ways. Now, it's just my headcanon and my theory, but Loki never expressed his hate for Elbaf. So I guess the Holy Knights did mistake that for what it is, but they are going to take allies, and I believe Mr. Morge was once again right. The Holy Knights are going to be the main villains of the arc. Now, we've got lore drops. In front of the Atom Tree, we see that there is a drawing of 3 worlds of 3 distinct different places, and characters very, very, very similar. Now, of course, I want to make an extensive video on this, but for now, I'm going to say a few things. This confirms the alliance between all the world's races with Joy Boy. Joy Boy, the Fishmans, the Lunarians, the Tontalas, everyone is there fighting against Im. Now, when I mean that the worlds collide, I mean the last word of whatever the template was. In the third world, it stated that guiding the world to its final act, the sun is reborn, a new dawn will break, surely this time they will meet. The other two worlds and the other two times when it has been mentioned about them, I believe it's always about Joy Boy and Poseidon. Joy Boy and Poseidon haven't met. Because of conflicting interests or perhaps circumstances, they've never actually met until the third world. From what we could see, there were two timelines before the current world. One being, of course, the first world, where there was Nika and perhaps there was Poseidon. And the second world is probably the last reincarnation of Joy Boy and Poseidon. And now we have Luffy and Shirahoshi. These are the worlds that are summarized within below, and a few things that I do have to mention within the diagram itself is, even though we see all the races, even though we even see Emeth, the giant we've seen on ALLIGN Island, there is a picture from the first world where people are carrying Sun, or maybe we could say the Mother Flame, and they're taking it up, and it doesn't seem like they're liking it. It really doesn't seem that way. And the only character that we know that is related to the sun is Joy Boy. So does that mean Joy Boy had slaves? And now we can go back to what Vegapunk said on his last broadcast, the fact that we cannot pick sides. We've only been seeing one narrative thus far. One narrative being Joy Boy is the king. Joy Boy is going to save the world. But we don't know what he's done and what came to the conclusion of the world government defeating Joy Boy and the bad things that Joy Boy had left behind. We fail to see two sides of the perspective. One being the world government, even though they have means and ways by which they are very bad. The world nobles are terrible people. At the same time, the Marines have been saving lives. They do capture criminals. They have their goods, they have their bads. So did Joy Boy. Joy Boy wasn't a holy warrior. He wasn't a holy figure, a messiah. He was just like everybody else, with extraordinary powers, trying to do the best he can to bring peace to the world. Now, we will get into details of this entire scripture in another video, but that's it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know about the first, third, and second world. Let me know what you guys think about the Cerberus fruit. Do you think Blackbeard is going to take it? I feel like there is a chance that Blackbeard shows up at Elbaf and takes the fruit. And also, I think I do have a Blackbeard theory coming up. No promises. If I can find a good justifiable reason to give that theory, I will. But look forward to a few more theory videos. We have another chapter next week and Oda is on fire, but we will also be on fire because these are going to be some of the best chapters in One Piece. That's it for the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day and peace.